thick.
I look like I'm drunk.
Are you?
Don't reckon.
Okay.
Look rough.
It is just a few minutes past 8:30. We're gonna give it a few minutes for everybody to pop in. I cooked dinner and did dishes and look like I've run a marathon. Haven't done a thing, but don't feel the best because the weather's cold, so I don't feel the best.
Gypsy.
Hey, Gypsy. We're going to give everybody a couple minutes to meander in. Normally, we only have a few people here during the lives, but then we have probably between 60 and 120 rewatch. Oh, did you notice what I did today? Look, I punched my hole back through in both my ears.
You told me about that.
No, I just did it a few minutes ago.
Same old, just busy.
Constantly. I feel like he's run all day, and I feel like I've run all day, but I know I haven't, but I feel like I have.
That's all I ever do is run.
Pretty much.
Dun, dun, dun.
He got a weekend.
It's a little bit slow right now. It'll get fired back up. Then I'll have to take the PTO timer layout.
You never lay out of work.
I might.
To trap, you would.
Yeah.
He never even misses work when I'm in the hospital.
You tell me not to.
I know.
Oh.
The trap line won't tell you not to.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the gap I've got in my hair. The weirdest things. I figured Ashley and Denise would probably pop in, but they may be on Sunday. They may be with family, so we wanted to start this back up. Yins are normally used to seeing me later in the evenings.
For a few weeks.
I hope my glasses come in soon so I can see if I like them better than these. But anyway, David's been doing some really neat stuff. He's had
really
quite a bit of people ask him for help on some stuff that they don't know how to do. You cut your hair for me. It needs. Boy, it's got some dead that needs to come off. It needs layers too. We're gonna have to chunky layer it because it's driving me nuts. It's just
don't make me come up there if you cut her hair. I like it long.
She's cut my hair before. Well, we're gonna leave it long, but we're gonna
cut too much off and I'll drive up there. I'm just joking. I'm being funny.
He ain't never cared about it. I've shaved the sides of my head. I've had a faux hawk. He don't care what I do to my hair. Y'all have seen me with my hairdos. He don't care. Had it purple one time, had it blue one time, then had it green.
I don't see you enough to know.
No, he doesn't. He barely spends. He's barely home at all.
I'm home. I'm just
busy
working. If I ain't working at work, I'm working at home.
We are like the redneck version of Double T's Treasures.
Another.
She said, "Come on, buddy."
Hey. Don't drive.
Bring the argument. Try it, bud. Do it.
Yeah.
I double dog dare you. Look at my hair. Good Lord have mercy. I've got one of them telephone cord looking hair bows in it. That's what's wrong with it. You know that little guy that's got the curly hair on YouTube that smiles and looks like he's going to help you at Best Buy a computer? He conned me into buying these little telephone looking hair bows, and I like them, but if I don't get them in just right, they don't hold my hair. And so sometimes I want to tell him thank you for the tip, and then sometimes I want to smack him. And I've told him that. His name is Orlando James. I've told him that. And he laughs at my comments. He's very pretty, but he's got gorgeous hair. But I'm like, can you change a tire?
Who's that?
This model man. But he's got like hair down to his waist. It's all curls. And I'm like, sure, you're cute, but can you change a tire?
Maybe I need to get mine done.
He swears he can. Yeah, he's beautiful. But I'm like, can you fix my Jeep? Can you change a tire?
I ain't working on real big projects right now. Just probably the biggest thing is skulls, European mounts, deer, and bear. That's what I'm working on the most right now.
Nothing big, and then he names 4 things. Nothing.
But they're not big, real big projects. They're just, you have to do one at a time.
They're numerous and time
consuming. Well,
consuming.
not one at a time, but.
Do you want to know how you know he's tired? His hat's on sideways.
Whatever.
You always cock your
hat. It
like,
always goes that way.
No, that's what you do when you're tired.
Whatever.
Float your boat. Whatever. Exactly. What's that? How that song goes?
I don't know.
Everybody know that song? What was I singing today?
I don't know.
What was I was singing today in the car? And then you had to correct me. Oh, trailers for sale or rent.
Yeah. Roger Miller.
We were making fun of something. I started singing that.
Yeah, we passed the house and it said room for rent.
And I went off on a tangent and sang the whole song. Got it backwards, and then he had to correct me. And then I started singing the Miranda Lambert version, which is much more fun to sing, if you ask me. Yeah. Oh, it just seeped out of my head.
Roger Miller.
If I think it, I say it. So that's what happens. Anyway, David has been doing some really neat stuff. Oh, and I've told him he needs to grow his beard from here, all of that underneath, all of that out, and then just cut right here and up, so that I can have more to do like Viking braids and stuff with.
We'll see.
It is getting a little bit better since I put some conditioner and stuff in it the other day and braided it for like 5 or 6 days, and it got to soak up that conditioner. It is feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, I need to cut it.
It needs to be blunt cut so it starts growing again.
It's still growing. It's just a little weird, fuzzy on there.
Well, you get it caught in zippers.
It grows on one side.
You get it caught in zippers and everything else. And
yeah, briars.
Fence rows and everything else.
Yeah, I got caught in briars the other day.
Oh, Lord. Well, I guess everybody else must be doing something else, so they'll catch it here later tonight, I'm sure. I look pathetic. I look like a nerd. But I love these glasses because I can finally see. Just wait till you see the ones I ordered. He hasn't seen the ones I ordered.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're a little quirky. You won't want to be seen with me in public.
Probably.
Even Dad told me they were a bit too much. If my dad says it's a bit too much, it's a bit too much. Well, these are just the Teamy ones, but I've got my real ones coming from the eye doctor, and they're a little quirky. And even my dad, because he was there when I was trying them on, he was like, "That's a bit much, Liz." And I was like, "I know." And she was like, "You don't mind to stand out and be weird?" And I was like, "No." He's got to check the fire real quick. But yeah, and so even Dad was like, "Liz, that's a bit too much." And I was like, "I know." So I got him. I was like, I have to have him. But honestly, I ordered the solid blacks of these as a backup for these. And honestly, I really like these. So if I have trouble, I'll just use these and gradually get used to everything. But I did put all my 3 holes in my ears back in today. That was, had to punch them back through the middle. They had kind of grown back. And I thought, nope, we ain't having this. I ain't paying somebody to dart me again. So I just punched them through. They are tortoise shell. I love tortoiseshell. It makes my hair look red when I wear tortoiseshell glasses. I like tortoiseshell.
Jeez.
Yeah. We don't have any Temu hauls. We don't have really nothing special, but we got something that David's been working on that we wanted to share because most of y'all never get to see these things.
We got them done. I've got them done. I'm just...
I was trying to make him bring a big old bear hide up here and show you so that he's got tanned, but he didn't want to drag it through the house.
You wouldn't be able to see it. You'd just be seeing big black blobs all the way.
But you'd see how big it is.
Piercing gun.
You bought a piercing gun? Oh, I think I'm going to get my nose pierced. David told me I could. You did.
Or nose.
I probably will. I mean, that'd probably make my eyes water. But I've had like my tragus and my daith pierced and like 6 in my ears at one time. And then I slept on a crocheted pillowcase and tore them all out. But it was a mess. Had to throw my pillowcases away. So, oh, no, you ain't piercing my nose. Don't you get any ideas. I'm going to go to Amanda. She's a professional. She does it with the needles and then puts the thing in. I'd be scared to do a piercing gun on my nose, be afraid to get stuck, and I'd never get unstuck. Them suckers are scary. They hurt and they take longer to heal, but once you get them healed, they're okay. But you got to be careful with them because they will catch on everything. So, okay, so let me show you. Every time that my crew comes, we've got somebody else in here now. Every time that my crew comes and sees me and they're like, "Where's your husband?" I'm like, "He's working in the fur shed. He's working in the fur shed." And y'all are like, "We haven't seen him in forever." Okay, he is alive. I haven't done away with him. He's alive.
Yet.
Yes. Yet. Man that knows his place.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But I wanted to prove that he is still kicking. He's just been working a lot of hours, and then when he's not working, he's trapping, and then when he's not trapping, he's not working. He's in the first shed, and sometimes I only see him when he comes in, cleans up, and goes to bed. So during trapping season, I think I'm married, but I forget what he looks like sometimes unless I go with him to check trap lines, which he's trying to set trap lines to where it's closer to some of the roads on the property so that I can ride with him. Well, you look plumb evil when you make them faces.
What? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just looking.
Oh, you're making faces. You just got evil.
Sorry.
But he is trying to set, I know we're crazy. He is trying to set trap lines closer to the road so that I can ride with him in the tracker and participate in a little bit. You know, I can't really do much besides stand by the tracker and be in the tracker, but I can participate and film if it's close enough and get some better footage because I know y'all, the ones where I'm filming and y'all can see him doing stuff have gotten like 400 and one's got 1.2 thousand views. Apparently, I'm an awesome producer.
I guess.
That took a long time to get that
You
praise.
just can't get to the good spot.
But yeah, I can't get to the really good spots, the really good tracks, but I can get to the ones close to the road and show you a little bit about what he does. Some people won't like that, some people will, but you know, it's our life, so we're going to share it and everybody else can suck it.
Okay.
That is my homage to Midwest Magic Cleaning. I love him. Every time he says something he doesn't think people like, he's autistic, he's going, you can suck it. I love it. Okay, so we're going to share something that is kind of turned into David's specialty. He has a homemade recipe that he won't share, but he does such a great job that a lot of people bring him stuff and they're just amazed at what he can do. And these animals that we're fixing to show, jeez, he's like, oh my God. These animals we're fixing to show you are legally harvested animals. Okay, people have their hunting license. They go out on specific days. They can only harvest so many. They get lucky and get a nice buck, or they get lucky and get the animal they go for, and then they bring it to somebody that can do a European mount, which is a skull mount. And that's what David is really known for because he can get more of the corpse wax and the grease out of the skulls than most people around here can. And it takes a couple of weeks to do it, don't it?
It just depends.
It depends on how much fat and how big the animal was, what kind of animal it is, and how old it was and stuff, you know. The same things that would affect our bones. But it's really a process to get the stuff out of there. It's a labor of love, and it's something that he has to kind of really stay on top of and babysit when it's doing it.
Some stuff does on its own, and you have to do some stuff with it. So
yeah, and you have to be very careful because some things you can do can really mess up the bones, so you have to know what you're doing. So which one do you want to show them first? The first one's going to show you is another bear skull. This one came from
Canada.
Saskatchewan, Canada.
Yeah.
This was a friend of ours that went on a bear hunt and brought it back and wanted it done local, wanted David to do it. So David cleaned it for him. This was, I wonder how old this bear was.
I don't know.
I'm looking at his teeth. He was mature. He wasn't a juvenile, but he was not a very old.
Like 207.
He wasn't a very old. He weighed like 207.
207.
Is that field dressed or on the full?
I don't know. I said
weigh 207. I'm assuming. I don't know. Normally, when we say weigh 207, we normally weigh them after we field dress them, but I don't know how they do it up there in Canada because I don't live in Canada, eh? So this is his bear skull that David did for him. It's ready to roll, and it turned out really nice. And I think he's going to be very happy with it. You kind of look at things different when you see the structure of their skull because then you see how much muscle they have on their jaws, and you see how small their skull is, and you realize how much muscle and stuff they have around their jaws and teeth and everything like that. Look at the canines. Peel that back and look at the canines on that thing. Look now, look, y'all. This is my finger. Turn it sideways the other way a little bit. That's my finger. Look at that. I would not want to make him mad. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Did he not have one climb the tree after him when he was hunting?
It was a cub, I think, or something.
He had a little one climb the tree when he was archery hunting, and he had one climb the tree. Kind of freaked him out, I think. But that one turned out really nice. So it's nice. Yeah, huge teeth. It's nice when people that go hunt, they follow the rules. You have to do certain things to cross international and state lines and bring parts of it back home. But it was nice that he brought that skull back and wanted David to do a European mount. That was kind of neat. You also did one for my brother, didn't you?
Yeah, I done use them too.
And they both went. They went hunting together in Saskatchewan, Canada, and so he's done both the bear skulls for them. You know, family. We help each other out. But then a young man got a really nice deer, and it's almost all the way down. He's got to glue the teeth in, so you might hear it rattle a little bit. But we'll show you what a European whitetail mount looks like.
Supposed to. I'm not as good, but
Oh, hush. So there is a whitetail European mount. Bring it down so I can see the rack on it. It's a pretty nice little deer.
not bad.
I mean,
Actually, his dad killed it.
I wouldn't turn it down. You know, and he just got to glue the teeth in. You get all the cartilage out of the nose. You got to get up in there and get all up in their business and pull that crap out. Sometimes you need pliers. Sometimes you need a little bit of everything else. My teeth rattle too. Mine do too, especially when I soak them at night. That was funny. But how long did that take to do?
Not too long.
This
Bear's not as, or a deer is not as greasy as a bear, so.
Their bones are thinner. They don't have as much corpse wax, and they clean easier, and so they don't take near as long. But the bone's finer and not as dense and not as waxy, greasy. That's why. So these are the two things that David's been working on. He's been
wash the horns on that.
He's been doing quite a bit. He got a really nice red coyote the other day. Go sit him on the couch and drag that bear up here.
I'm not dragging the bear.
I'll go drag the bear up here. You want me to drag the bear up here?
No.
I will turn the camera so y'all see me. I will wear it like a coat and bring it up here. I am not scared to do it. I call it marmalade.
That's fine, but
Creole lady marmalade. It was the oldest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
The one that's coming back will be a lot smaller and easier to deal with. It looks a,
yeah, but this one was old, so it was.
I know it
didn't have a lot of good hair. It kind of looks like a mangy thing, but the guy, out of respect, wanted to tan the fur, wanted to tan the hide, and so out of respect he did it. But it's huge. It lays across my queen bed, and you can't see my queen bed. It's huge. I named it Marmalade. Because what is it? Paddington Bear ate marmalade sandwiches. Are you going to get it? Do you want me to?
I'm not, because
he is not. Okay. Bear with. That's funny because I'm going to go get a bear. Okay, and I'm going to tilt this way. Hang on. I'm going to tilt this way. Everybody don't have a history. Bless David, he is. Woo. Okay. Don't leave. I've got it tilted this way.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Entertain them.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to turn the lights on so you can record. Talk to one day.
It's hard to talk. Ain't one person. I think she got lost. Would you please?
I'm trying to not knock things
Well,
off the wall.
that's why I didn't bring it up here.
Here I come.
Just want to make funny.
Look at this big honking thing. It's huge.
I've been sneezing for a week and a half.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, it don't look, the hair on it looks like junk.
It's old. I named it Marmalade too because that's probably all I could eat. We had to leave the face soft because they're going to do a head insert in it. But out of respect, the guy tanned it. This thing's older than Methuselah. Maybe I should have named it Methuselah. Marmalade Methuselah. It's huge. Oh, look, he's got his arm around me. He likes me.
Yeah, you're gonna have it
I like you too.
stuff everywhere.
God, he's heavy. This sucker's big. Yeah, it is too.
You're just weak.
This sucker's.
That's the problem.
Excuse you?
Yeah.
This thing is, it's touching the floor right now. That's how big it is. It's huge.
They've seen it.
It's huge. He's not the prettiest thing, but he was old and regal, and I thought it was very nice that he tanned him. He really likes me.
I guess.
I like you too. He's got his arm around me. Not the prettiest, but it's always nice to see somebody respect the animal and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to try to get back down the hallway without knocking stuff off the wall.
Lay it on the couch, and I will take it back down there where you won't tear something down. Then I'll have to put back up.
You know me so well.
Yep.
That was heavy, y'all. Oh, look, I'm wearing my hippie pants. Don't y'all like it? I thought that would be neat because most people never get to see a real bear. And then that one, bless his heart, wasn't the prettiest thing because he was older than Methuselah. But at least you get to see the overall size of how big he was and how old he must have been to have been that big. And his age was showing because his fur was not in good condition and his teeth were not in good condition. I love my hippie pants too. They're growing on me. I hate to say it. But it's kind of neat for you to see stuff like that because you don't want to always just see stuff that's in great condition. You want to see the rugged animals that have lived their lives and had a rough one and, really survived for a long time. And that bear, he probably hadn't come out of the woods and he stayed in his honey hole and left everybody alone for a long time. And it was probably just age. And he tore my bun down. It was probably just age and hunger that drove him to allow that hunter to get him because probably he was having to go after certain foods because his teeth were probably not as great as they should have been anymore. But I thought it was really sweet of that hunter to respect that animal enough to tan him anyway and keep him. Yeah, respect that age. That's a smart animal. And to tan him and to keep him. And I've named him Marmalade. Every time I have to go back in that room and get something, I pat him on the head and say, "How you doing, Marmalade?" So I get kind of attached to him after they've been here for a while because y'all here alone. I talk to my taxidermy. I may be crazy, but I do. Talk to my dog too, but he doesn't answer. I keep asking him when he's going to grow thumbs so he can help clean the house and do dishes, but he doesn't seem to care. So now y'all know what David does in his time in the fur shed and the stuff that he does. He is getting to be quite prominent as the guy that can get the skulls the whitest and the prettiest and the cleanest without damaging them. He's mostly been getting beaver off of that property, but he is going to be setting, he was making snares all weekend, so he's going to be setting for coyotes. And when I do anything, when he goes back and traps this next time, he's going to be going after coyotes. And I'm going to be able to go on the days that he goes on the trap line that's nearest the road so that I can film some sets, but not all of them. So what I can film, I will for you all, but y'all know I have to stay close to the tracker. I can't get too far away. It has to be a day where my legs are doing well and I'm doing well. But if there's any way possible, I will go because those videos seem to be really enjoyed. And here to tell you, I've been on YouTube for like 4 years and I post one. Hi, Savannah. I post one video of me filming my husband with that newfangled thing that stabilizes and he gets 1.2 thousand views. So I see who I'm behind. David, I actually try to, prop his channel up quite a bit too. He's getting a lot of trappers that are also joining up with his channel. So he's getting a little community built, but I'm amazed at how well his videos do on my channel because mostly, I have people that I don't think would be really into all that, but they watch it. 1.2 thousand people watched that Christmas Day trap check or Christmas Eve trap, whichever day it was. And they really enjoyed it. So, we'll try to do more like that. Every once in a while you run into a troll, but I have fun with the trolls. They just make me laugh. So that's what Dave does. This is proof of life that he's alive. He's still kicking. He's wearing his Pop Pop hat and his Pop Pop shirt. I think sometimes he gets nervous about Haley fixing to have twins. But when we talked to her on a Christmas Day that evening at dinner, he patted his belly because she had the, he was like, "You've got one too now." That was very funny. But he just stays busy all the time, so he doesn't have a lot of time to come in and say howdy, but he wanted to today and show you what he'd been working on. And we wanted to share that bear skull and that deer skull because they turn out really nice, and it's nice to show what the local hunters can find around here. And it's nice to know that we've got people that will go up and do a hunt, do an archery hunt in Canada where the bears are thick as skeeters. And yeah, that was a real neat thing for that guy to do. So we appreciate that they trust us with their skulls. Well, they trust him, but it's nice to see him get talked about so well. Gypsy said it's good to see you. Man, a few words. Okay, so we're going to cut that short tonight since that's all we needed to do. We'll leave this up so everybody can kind of run through and look at the things and watch it over and pause and zoom in and see what they want to see if they're interested in this kind of stuff. This is just part of our life because we're in Podunk and still have a really close relationship with nature. So it's just how we live, and it's not for everybody, but it's just the way we were raised, so we do it. And maybe one day David will be able to turn this hobby into something more so that if my disorder gets worse, he can stay home and take care of me and still work at home. So that would be nice. But we're hoping that that doesn't have to happen. But that's always in the back of our heads. Okay. I look like pitiful because I made dinner and melted and did dishes. But y'all have a good night. I try to look better the next time I see you. Next time I get a Temu bag, we'll do a Temu haul. And we might do some crafts this week because I'm feeling pretty good. If it's cold and I have to be inside, might do some crafts this week if my legs will chill out and let me sleep at night. Good Lord, my hair.
It's up to you.
Gypsy's cutting my hair this week. I mean, I'm not going to cut it off, but it's got to have some layers. It needs to be revamped bigger, not know what. Look at that. That's a mess. Okay, I look like that lady she was on a cereal package back in the 80s.
Oscar.
He knows I'm fixing it. Every time I fix to say goodbye, he comes up here because he thinks he gets to go outside and then he gets to come in and get a treat.
No. Stop.
That's exactly what he wants. Might travel. I'm in need of a haircut, so I'm sure I'll see you at some point. But we're gonna listen to Oscar drink water. No, he filled his whole water thing up the other day. He always gets in here and eats and drinks when I'm on, and he makes the most horrible noises. He's just the noisiest dog I've ever seen in my life. But we'll cut it short tonight.
There's no respecter.
David is alive. He's kicking. He's just super busy. Oscar apparently is dying of thirst, even though he has a full water thing. I'm fixing to, he's making some horrible noises. I'm fixing to take a nibble of something and go to bed. I'm exhausted. Today has wrecked me. So I will be back tomorrow in a much better mood. If you don't mind, go watch my Temu videos so that they know I do have an audience. And when I get the campaign in, I'll do another campaign video. I'll try to make it fun and entertaining. Until then, every time I get a bag, we'll open it together. So that'll probably happen in the next couple of days. But if it doesn't happen, we'll scratch up a craft and do it. So maybe next week we can get Dave to come back and say howdy again and show us what he's up to.
Maybe.
It's like pulling teeth, y'all. Okay, I'll let you go. Hey, Ashley, it's nice to see everybody. Thanks for spending time with us. Share this to anybody that might be interested about this kind of stuff. Send them here if they have questions. Let them know that, we're the weird people that don't mind to answer questions. And we'll try to do this again next Sunday if we can get David off work and squared away.
Okie dokie.
All right. We'll see you later. Say bye, Dave.
Bye.
Bye, guys. You know what, Oscar? He's going to run for the door like she said bye. I get a treat now. She said bye.